I'd like to show you how you attach the digital dual feed. Again, this right here is the digital dual feed, and it is a walking foot, but it's electronic. It plugs into the back of the machine, and as we mentioned before, that gives you the ability to adjust the speed at which this belt travels. That belt works with your feed dogs to pull your fabric from the top of your fabric from the front toward the back as you sew. So bringing your fabric away from the machine, and you can adjust the speed of that to make sure that your fabrics are always pulling through the machine at the same rate of speed so you have perfect seams. So to attach this, you have to actually remove the ankle and the foot that's on the machine. And for that, I like to use this black handled screwdriver. There's a large screw on the side. I like to make sure that I use the screwdriver for tightening that after I've attached something so that it's really snug and secure. You could use it just to kind of loosen it up. Then I'm using my fingers just to unscrew it some more until my ankle actually comes right off the machine. I can take that off. And now I'm going to attach the digital dual feed, this part right here, right along where that screw is at that I was just adjusting. Once you have it in place, and you might need to unscrew it a little extra, you're going to take your screwdriver and make sure that you tighten that screw so that the digital dual feed is really secure. You don't want that to wiggle around or wobble as you stitch. And sometimes I'll kind of tighten it with my fingers just because my fingers are easier to get in there than the whole screwdriver. And then give it a couple of extra turns with that screwdriver and make sure it's really, really secure. And you'll feel it. When it's really tight in there, it becomes very straight and sits really nicely. So I've got it pretty tight here. I'll give it one last turn with my screwdriver, and you can feel that it's really secure. It's not wobbling around at all. From there, I'm going to take the connection port and plug it right into the back of the machine. So now my digital dual feed is attached and I'm ready to stitch. Now that the digital dual feed is attached to the machine, some things changed on screen. First, I can see the picture of the foot up here and it says DF. The machine knows and it's confirming that the digital dual feed is attached. And a lot of the stitches on screen are now grayed out. When you're working with the digital dual feed, any of the stitches that have a lot of side-to-side motion, it tells me this stitch is not dual feed mode compatible. And the reason for that is because so many of the decorative stitches that move side to side, the fabric really needs to be able to move beneath the foot. We have even, really super wide maxi stitches where the fabric really has to move around. The digital dual feed inhibits that side to side motion. When you have your digital dual feed attached, it's really pulling your fabric through the machine from front to back. And it's doing that by applying pressure to the fabric, both top and bottom, and pulling it out. So the machine is not capable of moving your fabric side to side. So it just grays out those stitches so that you can't even select them. So you don't have to worry about making a mistake. It takes care of everything for you. So with the digital dual feed attached and that wide sole on, I can still piece a quilt and get the perfect 1/4 inch seam. I simply have to move my guideline marker so that it's in line with that 1/4 inch marking, and I can run the edge of my fabric either along the 1/4 inch marked line on my bobbin case or along the edge of my guide beam, and I can get that perfect seam. So you'll love the digital dual feed for any time that you need to keep multiple layers of fabric together. While the machine comes with one sole for your digital dual feed, there are several other accessories available, even a quilting bar. So be sure to check out babylock.com or your local authorized Baby Lock retailer to see the other feet that are available for your digital dual feed.